Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and it is time for The Sims. Everybody is currently at home, but there again it is 5 o'clock in the morning, why wouldn't they be? And Steve is looking rather dapper, not too sure why he's in his formal gear, he's messing away at the computer. Got a few plans for stuff that we'd like to do today. Where on earth is Natalie going? Just going to go and stand outside with a drink and stare at the side of the house. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. And she wants to go and chat with Steve. Well, we can certainly do that. You can go and share your brilliant ideas. You can drink and chat at the same time. Steve can be on the computer and chat at the same time. Amy's just sitting there stuffing her face. That's absolutely fine. What does Amy want to do while we're actually there? She wants to play some video games or level up in programming skill. Well, the computer's in use, so tough. So, everyone has a job now. We would like to get some people promoted. That would certainly be helpful, because then we'd be able to get some more money and actually have a house that has a second floor. In the meantime, though, what we need to do is actually meet some new people. If we look at our relationships, all three of our Sims only really know each other. Oh, okay, Amy does know a handful more people. I suppose we did take her out somewhere at some point, or have a chat with somebody. So what we need to do is go somewhere public and meet lots of new people. This means we can have parties and stuff like that. What bad aftertaste? Oh, you've eaten some manky food. Well, that's never good. So let's have a quick look and see what day we're on and who has to go to work today. Well, Amy does have to go to work today. Will you go away? Amy has to go to work. Steve has to go to work. And Natalie has to go to work. Okay, maybe it's not the ideal day for going to the park. Or maybe we can do it once everybody comes back from work. It's probably a better way of doing things. Let's have a look at people's needs. Looks like Natalie's fairly happy at the moment. Steve is content. Amy's not too bad. A little lacking in energy, I suppose. What is she doing with the sink? Oh, she's just going off and finding more glasses. That's fine. We can cope with that. Let's speed things up a little bit. And see what we can get going on. My shortcut keys don't appear to be working anymore, but oh well, never mind. At least some of my keys are working. Okay. Just a lot of chatting and gossiping going on. Amy's still feeling very uncomfortable. She really didn't like that meal that she made. I'm sure there is a way of getting rid of bad aftertaste or being uncomfortable. It's probably going and having a bath or cleaning her teeth. That would probably been the better option, but we shall see. Steve, again, like me, the emotionless plank that he is, he's fine. You know, he's not happy or inspired or anything really. He's just, yeah, he's just fine. He still wants to rummage in the trash though, which I do find slightly concerning. The trash is empty though, so you can't actually rummage in that. Have we got like a trash can outside? No, not that we can see. I was actually aiming for the plant, but we can harvest the sagebush. You should definitely go and harvest the sagebush. He has actually reached a mischief level of 2 because he can troll on the tech forums. I just caught something there. Where's his skills? Skills, mischief. Mischief-oriented Sims tend to be sly devils, delighting at tricking, pranking, and otherwise mocking their fellow Sims. Go away. Life's a party and a Mischief Sim is out to crash it. Mischief is mainly tied to the social interactions and the voodoo doll. Increasing this skill will unlock new mischievous skills in the Sims as well as mischievous interactions on the voodoo doll computer and the phone. He's also acquired the gardening skill as well because he's just gone outside and picked up some sage. That's it now, Steve. You can go back and do whatever you were doing. So you've picked up some sage? You've picked up some sage, you're now going to go and watch a cooking show because, you know, you've got some sage, you want to know what to do with it, I suppose. That is fair enough. And there's Natalie in the loo. So, it is coming up to 9 AM. Who has to go to work first? Steve doesn't start until, wow, pretty late in the day. Yeah, we've read all this before. You can stop telling us things we already know. I really wish I'd have just turned these off. Amy starts work in about an hour. That is fine, although she's absolutely pooped. What about Natalie? You're off to work already. Okay, so, Steve, you're going to have a little bit of time to go to the park. And you can go out and meet some people. You are our mischievous Sim after all. So that's going to be a little bit of what our plan is for today. Just going to speed time along a little bit, just so we... Oh, who's this? It's a random person knocking at the door. maybe Steve would be the best person to go and speak to whoever this is. Nadia Waterman. At least Amy is up now, so she will be up in time to go to work. So we're having our introductions here with Steve. I'm not sure who this person is. Well, you better introduce yourself then. Friendly introduction. Almost time for work for Amy. Hopefully she will do that automatically. Yep, she's off to work. Brilliant. That worked quite nicely. Now, if we reselect Steve and just have a quick look at his relationships. Still doesn't know this person yet. Oh, it appears he's having some sort of pathing problem. This just proves that, as usual, The Sims still has a few little bugs and issues. There we go, that's worked perfectly this time. He actually has some hunger needs, which is quite interesting. If we have a little look here, we can see, yep, he now has this, oh, you can actually see the traits of other Sims. That's quite useful. And it automatically tells you members of their family. That's quite a good thing to know. But Steve is actually feeling hungry at this point, so I think what we'll actually do is we'll go into the kitchen and we will cook some scrambled eggs. We'll do a serving for 4, and then we can serve food. And then we're going to go out to the park. So at least we're doing a little bit of socialising. He doesn't start work for another 6 hours. Maybe he's not going to have time to go to the park. Maybe we'll have to do that with somebody else when they get home. But I wasn't expecting a random person to just turn up at the house. Who is she? Who was she coming to visit? Maybe somebody else knows her. Maybe she is a friend of Natalie's. Cannot view this right now because Natalie is not here. Well, I should still be able to see who her friends are. I guess Natalie was the only person that actually knew somebody, so I guess it was probably her. Steve wants to actually view a piece of art at the moment from being inspired, and art is one thing we don't actually have here in the house, which is a little bit of a shame. Maybe we could buy a piece of art. How expensive is art? Let's see if we can search for objects by function, and we are going to look at decorations, and we're going to look at paintings and posters. There's a whole massive list of stuff that we can actually choose from. Some of it's incredibly expensive. We want something nice, but not something that's going to break the bank. Birds of a Feather print set. That sounds like it's relatively generic. And we could put this somewhere in the living room, I suppose. Let's put it up. Let's put it up here. That seems like as good a place as any to put some. There we go. We now have art. Oh, where's she's off? This is one thing I've noticed about The Sims. I must admit, I have been playing and should we say, watching a couple of other games played, and I have noticed that a certain thing, other Sims do love to go straight to the computer. They tend to come into the house and just ignore the people that live there and just go and play on the computer, which is, you know, kind of a little bit rude, but we've all done it. So, Steve is busy cooking away his scrambled eggs. And how's that working out for you, Steve? Doesn't look a lot like... And that leveled your skill up. Yeah, fine. Yeah, put some... Well, I'd say salt, but it looked black, so pepper. Sprinkle some pepper on those eggs. That's not how you get a solid mass of eggs to cook, but fine. So we can now call to meal as well. You're just going to stand there and eat it in the... Stop eating. Nice. That's real mature. Call to dinner. There you go. And then you can eat your scrambled eggs. You're just going to pick up another plate. Fine. Who am I to judge? But she should actually go and get some food now. Ah, there we go. Awesome. And at least she can reach it from this side of the counter. It doesn't have to go all the way around the room, which is fantastic. There we go. They can have a conversation while they are doing that. What do you want to talk about, Steve? You want to describe your new ideas. How are people doing at work? I mean, even when people are at work, we can actually click on them, and used to be able to do this. Oh yeah, work normally. We can do this. Flirt with co-workers. Shift paradigms. Work hard. So let's just socialise. We don't want to be too flirty. Natalie's only just doing fine. She's the emotionless plank today. You are going to, you're going to work hard. You're very business-minded. In fact, I think you are probably going to flirt with your co-workers, because why not? What did that just say? I probably should have read the description. Your sim is already doing this. Work as normal. Lowers work performance, offers a chance of granting a happy mood set. Lowers work performance. Increases work performance, reduces fun need. Chances of stress. Lowers work performance, increases social need. There we go, look at that. Natalie's focused now. Brilliant. Okay, can we get rid of this without having to click on anything? There we go. Steve, what are you doing, Steve? You still want to view a painting, you still want to rummage in the trash. We never seem to have trash to rummage in, so I'm going to get rid of that. She has an incredibly deep voice. That's a little bit worrying. Okay, all three sims definitely need to start bringing some money in. We're down below our last 3,000 bucks now. That really is not good. When have you got to be at work? What is wrong with you now? You need to go to the loo. When have you got to be at work? 3 hours? Wow. Well, you're definitely not going to have time to go to the park. What we would like you to do, which we can't see it anymore because the walls have disappeared, is we would like you to be able to view this art. That would be a fantastic thing for you to be able to do. And then you need to go to the toilet. It's taken him an awfully long time to eat these scrambled eggs. Quality excellent. Wow, you would never believe that when you actually looked at how he was cooking them, would you? That is amazing. Now what is he doing? Still chatting. I honestly thought he was just going to take it out and just whiz on the floor there. No, he's still eating his food, but he's looking at the art. Is he looking at the art? No, he's finished his food, though, which is good. He's now feeling uncomfortable. Oh, maybe he did it because the thing's gone now. Oh, okay. Research cooking techniques. Right, go to the toilet. Clearly, this is something that is high on your list of priorities right now, and nobody wants to go to work and feel uncomfortable. You should get going. That's absolutely fine. You now feel confident because you've, you know, had a pee. You want to admire yourself in the mirror. Oh, we can certainly do that. Admire yourself. I don't think anybody's actually listening to the hi-fi, so let's turn that off. At least one good thing, I think it did this in The Sims 3 as well. When you turn hi-fis and stereos on and off, you don't actually have to walk over there and do it as an interaction. It just goes instantly on or off. You're busy admiring yourself in the mirror. You're a bit lacking on energy, but you've got to be at work in 2 hours, so I don't think there's an awful lot you can do there. And you should probably clean up after you have finished. You should put away any additional food. Why are you embarrassed? Something just looks wrong today. How embarrassing. Strange reflection. So you've actually admired yourself in the mirror and then become embarrassed. How can we get rid of that? Click on the Slimmer Select Tell self-deprecating joke from the funny category. Sims can perform this social action while embarrassed. Well, we don't have anybody else left to talk to. What are we going to do about that? Not an awful lot we can do there. Well, that is quite interesting. Okay. Now, do we have a quick nap before we send you off to work? You've got 2 hours before you go to work, so I suppose it is reasonable. We can go and make you hide from everyone. I mean, that does decreases your embarrassed level. Does it actually increase your energy level? You would think it would. You are in bed. No, your energy level's still going down. That is quite a strange thing, but you are an hour away from work, so let's just speed things up a little bit. Actually, let's speed things up a lot. Yeah, you're having a little bit of a nap. Actually, no, you're not having a nap. You're actually asleep. So we will give it until there's 10 minutes before you have to go to work, which is there. We're going to wake you up. I know you're still not going to be fully rested, but you need to go to work. And you're having some sort of dream about a stained shirt. Okay. Time for you to go to work, and he is off. Gets changed out of his dapper gear into his civvies, and out we go. No bills yet, which is a very good thing. Steve is off to work, so who is going to be home first? Natalie is at work. There she is. Literally just passed each other at the door. Natalie brought home 184 simoleons. She did some superb work. I suppose she's absolutely shattered, though. This is what happens with the Sims, as you get in and you're, oh, I'm really tired, so... You want some fun? I suppose you should go and take a bubble bath, and then you should go and have some sleep. So much for getting you to go out to the park today, but I do believe some people are possibly off tomorrow. You're not off tomorrow. Steve is... I can't even tell. Steve's a dishwasher until 1 AM. Those are some really crappy hours. Amy is... Oh, she's absolutely knackered. She wants to be funny with Steve, and we can't tell when she works too either. Steve, you need to get promoted. You are going to work hard today. You're definitely going to be on the fast track to promotion. So, I guess as we only have Natalie here, we need to keep our eye on her and see what we can do to make sure that she gets the most out of her evening. Oh, here's Nadia again, who has randomly turned up. Fortunately, our sim is in the bath, very, very tired at this point. I think we'll just leave you to, you know, get the hint that no one's in and go away. Actually, what do you want to do there? You want to pester someone from being playful. We probably won't do that. Amy is actually home though. While you're here, Amy, I know you're probably really not in the mood for this, but go and introduce yourself to this person standing at the door, and then you can probably ask them to leave. What are your needs as well? Yeah, you need to pee, and you also need to sleep. So go and introduce yourself, just so you are introduced. And then we will... you're embarrassed, so we'll tell a self-deprecating joke, and then we will politely ask them to leave. And that should give Amy, Natalie a chance to get out of the bath. There she goes. You can now take yourself... What were you going to do there? Ask to leave. Yep, that is your plan of things to do. Is this just some random chat? Let's get rid of that. You're going to politely ask her to leave. Then you are going to use the loo. And then you're going to go to bed. And everybody's going to be asleep. Yeah, well, if you ask her to leave, like I've told you to do, there we go. Get lost. There we go. You don't get a negative penalty for that one on the relationship, which is good. I was always worried that you would, because you are basically saying to someone, go away. But I think it's just a case of saying, you know, it's the polite version. The other Sims can turn around and say to you, okay, it's really time that I leave. And this is just you saying, okay, I've got to go. So that's fine. It's not too bad. No negative penalty modifiers. Right, you have nipped to the loo. That'll give you a little bit more hygiene. Then you're going to go to bed because you are about ready to collapse completely. We could actually get ourselves a coffee machine so that we could get a little bit of a perk, but I don't think we really need to do that. Well, we definitely won't be sending Steve to the park when he comes home, because I don't think hanging around at the park at 1 AM and trying to make introductions to strangers is necessarily the best time and place to be doing that. So everyone's asleep. The clock should speed up. There we go. Everything's running in fast motion now. A little bit disappointed that I didn't get anybody to the park, really. Let's wait for Steve to come home. See how much money he's going to bring home. Did he get promoted? How well did he work today? Here he comes. Steve has come home. 144 simoleons. That's not a lot. He did some superb work, though, but he is absolutely shattered. He's hungry and he's knackered. Let's go and take him to bed. He wants some fun as well, but... not an awful lot you can do. This is a very sleepy household today. So I think it's probably going to be next time when we actually get to go to the park. It's just been one of those days where we've not been able to do anything we wanted to do because everyone is busy working. Well, this is The Sims and it is supposed to simulate life. I suppose that's about as realistic as it gets. As Natalie gets up at 2 o'clock in the morning to urgently run to the toilet. So yeah, definitely as realistic as it gets. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying The Sims. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I still haven't played quite enough of it yet for me to honestly say whether or not I think it is necessarily all that much better than The Sims 3. It does seem very similar in many ways, although there are some nice touches with it. The slightly better automation, the fact that you can actually multitask in this, and the aspirations system, which did technically exist in The Sims 3, but has been expanded and is a lot better. And the emotion system is quite nice now, and Natalie has busted the toilet. So that's what we're going to be sorting out next time. Fantastic. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you're still enjoying it, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.